Hello and welcome to Caught on Camera. In this special episode, we're looking at e-bike fires. In this episode, we'll see a man being rescued from a window ledge over 40 foot high after a flat was set ablaze by an e-bike fire. An e-bike bursting into flames on a train platform. And doorbell footage of an explosion so powerful it blew off the home's doors. But first we'll see an e-bike purchased online setting fire to a home. First, we're in an East London flat during summer 2023 where an e-bike bought online was recently charged, then the unthinkable happens. The resulting fire damaged a flat on the second floor of a converted church. 6 fire engines and around 40 firefighters from 5 different stations attended the scene. Firefighters said a man was taken to hospital suffering from smoke inhalation, while a number of others left the building before the fire brigade were on scene. The blaze was believed to have been started by the bike's lithium battery. Fire investigators learned that the e-bike had been taken off charge for around 20 minutes before bursting into flames. They also found that the owner purchased the bike from an online marketplace where e-bikes can be bought that do not often meet the correct safety standards. This is the moment an e-bike exploded, causing a fire while its owner stood waiting for a train. Fire crews raced to Sutton railway station in South London when the blaze occurred. London Fire Brigade said the man had bought the bike 4 months previously from an online marketplace. Here you see an e-bike owner and his e-bike inside his home. The e-bike is on charge. The owner is sent running for his life after his e-bike's battery suddenly bursts into flames just a few feet away from him at his property in Birmingham. West Midlands Fire Service released a video to warn people about the dangers of not charging e-bikes correctly. Still to come on this episode of Caught on Camera. A man being rescued from a window ledge over 40 foot high after a flat was set ablaze by an e-bike fire. And doorbell footage of an explosion so powerful it blew off the home's doors. What you're watching here is the moment a man was rescued from a window ledge over 40 foot high after a flat was set ablaze by an e-bike battery. We can see a firefighter on a ladder saving one man from a 3rd floor window ledge whose escape route from the flat was blocked by the electric bike Inferno. The terrified man was precariously balancing on the window ledge of the flat below. A neighbour had been holding onto the man's legs to prevent him from falling until a firefighter managed to get him onto a ladder and down to safety. 6 fire engines and more than 40 firefighters were deployed to tackle the huge blaze in Whitechapel, East London in 2023. London Fire Brigade said 2 people had managed to escape the flat in which the fire occurred, though 2 other men, including the man seen on the ledge, had been unable to do so as their exit had been blocked by the fire from the e-bike. Both men were rescued by firefighters from windows using ladders. 1 woman was taken to hospital as a precaution for smoke inhalation, but luckily, no one was seriously injured in the fire and the subsequent rescue efforts. This is 2023 and once again in London. The footage captured on 2 cameras in the hallway and kitchen shows just how quickly these can go on fire. The owner bought it from an online marketplace. He decided to charge it in the communal kitchen instead of his room to avoid his dog touching it while it was charging. The owner said he spent 8 hours in hospital due to inhaling smoke from the fire. In 2023, the then London Fire Brigade Deputy Commissioner Dom Ellis was scared by how common these incidents had become. He said, "As the video shows, once a battery starts to go into thermal runaway, a fire develops very quickly and can block escape routes. Thermal runaway can lead to the destruction of the battery and a ferocious fire. We know prior to ignition, thermal runaway can lead to the ejection of a range of gases. The white and grey coloured smokes is not harmless, and the speed at which these incidents develop shouldn't be ignored. And the risk from e-bike and e-scooter batteries is very real." Speaking in 2024, Giuseppe Capanna of Electrical Safety First spoke about the rise of e-bike fires and the risk of using batteries bought online.
So there's been 500 fires since 2020, and only this year we've seen 8 people have died from e-scooter and e-bike fires. The London Fire Brigade at the moment are being called out to an e-bike or e-scooter fire once every couple of days. At the moment, these batteries, these lithium-ion batteries, only need to be self-certified, which means the manufacturers can just declare that the products meet all the safety standards. And quite often, this isn't happening. And so what we'd like to see is that the manufacturers and the sellers of these e-bikes, e-scooters and their batteries have to get the batteries mandatory approved by a third party, such as a test lab.
Sales for e-bikes are currently booming here in the UK. Around 165,000 sold in the last year, according to the latest research. But there are concerns that issues such as using the wrong charger or leaving the devices unattended overnight is leading to more serious injuries and incidents.
It's important that if you've got an e-bike or e-scooter, that you only charge it with the charger that came with that e-bike or e-scooter. And if you need to replace that charger, make sure you go back to the manufacturer and get an original charger. One of the problems we found is these universal chargers. We found 60 on online marketplaces for sale that didn't meet any safety standards, and you can use these chargers with any battery. They come with lots of different connectors, and there's too much risk in you using the wrong charger with the battery, and then you've got a risk of it overcharging, and that's when you've got the risk of thermal runaway. It's quite important that we make sure that only safe product gets on the market and into people's homes. We must keep consumers safe.
Next, we're in London, where an e-bike battery explosion not only started a fire inside a home, but also blew a property's doors off. 60 firefighters tackled the 2024 blaze with 8 engines. 3 people were rescued and taken to hospital for treatment for injuries and smoke inhalation. London Fire Brigade said that the flames were started by an e-bike battery on charge in a home, adding this demonstrates the danger of unregulated e-bike sales. London Fire Brigade confirmed the e-bike was a normal pedal bike that had a lithium-ion battery fitted, which had been purchased online second-hand. The charger being used was generic and not specific to the battery pack. The fire was captured on video by a neighbour's doorbell camera. According to London Fire Brigade, there was a fire every 2 days in 2023 in London. They attended 143 e-bike fires along with 36 blazes involving e-scooters. And tragically, 3 deaths and 60 injuries were caused by them. London Fire Brigade says that many of the fires are caused by incompatible chargers, e-bike modifications, or faulty or counterfeit products purchased online such as chargers, lithium batteries, and e-bike conversion kits. Information from the British Government's Office for Product and Safety Standards says that between 2017 and 2021, they received 121 reports of e-bikes or e-scooter fires, with the vast majority of reporting coming from London Fire Brigade. But in 2022 and 2023, they received 292 reports of e-bike fires, with the vast majority again coming from London. That's a 141% increase from the 2017 to 2021 period. According to that same information, 92% of fires involving an e-bike or e-scooter were recorded with batteries or generators as a source of ignition in 2023. Adding further context, 48% of these were on charge when the fire started. Thanks for watching another episode of Caught on Camera. If you're watching on Freeview, stay tuned for more authentic television sourced from the hearts of British communities by journalists living in them. If you're watching anywhere else, please like, share us around, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Doing so helps us to keep making content like this.